Hi, welcome back. As you look forward to your career in nursing, I know you're excited about entering the high fashion world of scrubs. And there's a certain irony that even though the job only requires scrubs, the job interview demands a very different way of dressing. But don't worry, we're going to introduce you to a world of effortless style, which will make it easy for you to make a positive impression in your job search. In this video, you'll learn the do's and don'ts of dressing for an interview. You'll learn that you don't have to spend a lot of money to make the right impression. You'll learn the secret of what interviewers are looking for in the way you dress, and why. And you'll learn how to prepare so that you're dressing for success instead of dressing for stress. So let's get started. First, the most important thing you should wear is a great smile. Nothing beats your most genuine, relaxed, and completely honest smile. But obviously that's not enough. The reason the clothes you wear to an interview matter so much is that they give interviewers a very clear idea of whether or not you're good at making socially appropriate decisions. And dressing appropriately for a job interview is one of those kinds of decisions. Remember in our first video when we talked about how people make judgments in their unconscious mind?
How we dress is so important because people unfortunately judge us instantly when they see us based on how we appear. The first impression, it's important. Unfortunately, we are judged immediately based on how we look, and we don't always get a second chance to make that first impression.
Those unconscious decisions are real. And as you learned in the first video, you can influence other people's unconscious impressions of you. So, how should you dress for an interview? Let's start with the basics. Unless you are specifically requested by the interviewer to do differently, you should wear standard business attire.
For men, I really recommend a suit. Navy and gray are the two that I would recommend. Those are usually the kind of norm when interviewing. Tie. Definitely a tie. Unless, again, if you've checked and it's, a clinic that is just really business casual and they don't wear ties when you go in, but I would recommend a tie. It's always rather good to be safe. For women, I also recommend a suit. Same thing, navy or gray. Those are just great basic colors that you can pair a lot with.
Now, maybe you're the kind of person who already has business attire in your closet, but most students are on a budget, and you're probably thinking, really? How am I going to afford this?
Luckily, we do have, several great retailers out there that offer sales throughout the year.
There are also some great online clothing retailers, and you don't have to drive all over town to check prices. And here's another idea you might not have thought of. Hand-me-downs. Whether they're from a friend or a fashion consignment shop, or even your local Goodwill, you can often find quality clothes for next to nothing.
Fit is key. Fit is one of the most important things, and having a tailor that can maybe adjust those hand-me-downs to fit you, great. That's perfect.
There have been a number of studies done where people were shown the body of the same model wearing a well-fitted suit and one that was off the rack. And test subjects always pick the person in the tailored suit as more intelligent and responsible. So even if you're buying a new suit from a quality retailer, make sure a tailor helps you make it fit perfectly. Maybe you're going to wear the suit once and get the job, but chances are you're going to be going on lots of interviews, so you want to have something you look good in and feel good in.
One of the things that I think is most important, and I always tell people, especially when dressing for an interview or something big like that, is to be comfortable, in what you wear. So if you're comfortable in what you wear, then you're gonna feel like yourself, and you're gonna be able to kind of have that balance, I feel like. If you're not comfortable in what you wear, it will absolutely show through when you walk through those interview doors. You won't be confident, you won't be able to be yourself.
That takes care of what's on top, but what about what's on your feet? Guys, that means leather lace-up shoes with a shine on them. I know it may be hip to wear sneakers with a suit these days, but not to a job interview. And ladies, flats or heels that match your dress. And those fabulous heels you wear out clubbing, the ones that make you look 6'5", better leave those at home. They're a real deal breaker on a job interview.
For women, hose I think are very important, and I always tell them to try to get the color to match their skin tone as closely as possible. And closed-toed shoes, and flats or heels are fine. A lot of women can't wear heels, and so flats are fine as long as they're dressy and nice looking, but just make sure they're closed-toed.
What about jewelry and accessories? Sure, but keep it simple. Guys, a watch is about all you want to be showing. And ladies, your purse should be appropriate to the outfit. Don't be toting a backpack when you're dressed for an interview.
If your jewelry makes noise, you've got too much on. So that's a good thing to kind of remember, and keeping it simple, but those little touches do make a difference.
When you go on an interview, the last thing you want to be stressing about is your clothes. So make sure you try everything on a few days before. Try the whole outfit, accessories and all.
Definitely planning ahead so you don't wake up in the morning and start scrambling around, not sure what to wear. Try on your outfit. Try on the accessories, the shoes, head to toe. That is super helpful because then you can make the changes and adjust then. Keep it simple, but allow your personality to show through, in your own way.
When you're interviewing, you should do a lot of research on the facility you're going to talk to. While you're doing that, you'll want to research their culture. Are they very formal? Are they very casual?
Get a feel for where you're interviewing, because that can determine, do you need to go super conservative with a suit, or if you can, just do more of a business casual and you don't have to wear a tie or a full suit. So I think that's one of the most important things is, calling the place you're interviewing, getting a feel for what they wear on a daily basis before going in. It's always better to be overdressed than underdressed, definitely.
But if someone tells you to show up casually for an interview, and that's not very likely, you should show up as well-dressed casual as you can. Like we said, they want to see if you're good at making appropriate decisions. And most of all, more than any of the clothes or accessories, is who you are being when you walk in that door. If you're comfortable in showing them your authentic, well-prepared self, you'll do great.
When you feel put together, you feel more confident about yourself. There is an ease, especially going into an interview or something like that when you have a big thing to go to. That confidence really shows through when you feel put together.
So, in this video, we learned the do's and don'ts of dressing for an interview. We learned that you don't have to spend a lot of money to make the right impression. We learned what interviewers are really looking for in the way you dress, and why. And we learned how to prepare so you can take the stress out of looking great on your interview. Just remember this: every nurse who has ever walked a ward had to go through a job interview. And so did every single person who will interview you. They're just people, and they want to see you at your best. So show them some effortless style. Have fun and look great. Thanks.